Donald Trump said that he has a big announcement for us coming up next Tuesday, a week from today. Likely is going to be him announcing for president in 2024, which all of us have been expecting. But a little part of me kept thinking, he has to say this to stay relevant. He has to keep alluding to, and I might be wanting to do something, blah, blah, blah. But now hearing him say next Tuesday, there's an announcement, makes it a whole lot more real and makes me realize, oh no, I'm going to have to do 2 years of Trump campaign coverage, which is wild to think about. And we are entering that era of American history where the guy who wanted to overturn an election that he lost fair and square is running again and will likely have a shot at it and won't be completely laughed out of the conversation by the entire country as he should be. But take a look at that moment from a recent rally.
2 years ago, we were a great nation, and we will be a great nation again. But not to detract from tomorrow.
And as a reminder, I am not adding that music for dramatic effect. He plays music at the end of his rallies in some weird, dramatic, cinematic, moment.
It's very important, even critical election. And I would say, in the strongest way, it's a country-saving election, specifically including the election of all the people that I'm going to name. I'm going to be making a very big announcement on Tuesday, November 15th at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida.
So, there it is. He's announcing next Tuesday for president. Unless he's just doing a complete dishonest teaser, which is possible, that is what that means. And as I mentioned, 2 years now, guys, of stomach aches and wrinkles being caused on our face and hair being lost, because if he were to win this election in 2024, that's a wrap on American democracy, because he told us he was against it by outwardly denying the 2020 election results and trying to stay in power despite losing. So now he learned his lessons about what went wrong that time. He learned what didn't quite work and will have more people behind him and could break down our democratic process in too significant of a manner in a way that wouldn't be reversed anytime soon. I have a couple moments from a recent interview to show you, just to kind of smush in this segment as well with Donald Trump. First, him saying that in the midterms, that when I release this segment will have already happened. But he's saying if Republicans do well, you should give me credit. If they don't, I'm not to blame.
You've endorsed more than 330 candidates this election cycle. Tonight, win or lose, the results for Republicans, how much of that will be because of Donald Trump?
Well, I think if they win, I should get all the credit. And if they lose, I should not be blamed at all, okay? But it'll probably be just the opposite. When they win, I think they're going to do very well. I'll probably be given very little credit, even though in many cases I told people to run. And they ran, and they turned out to be very good candidates. They've turned out to be very good candidates. But usually what would happen is when they do well, I won't be given any credit. And if they do badly, they will blame everything on me. So I'm prepared for anything, but we'll defend ourselves. So
if he were to have a little bit of common sense, he would have structured his first statement like he did the second half, where he goes, if they do well, I won't get credit. If they do poorly, I'll get blamed. And he could have said that and been like, it's crazy, either way, we'll be watching and we'll defend ourselves. But instead he starts with the quiet part that shouldn't be said out loud, which is, listen, don't blame me if they do poorly, but give me credit if they do well. That's not how that works, my man. And then him on the topic of Ron DeSantis, which we've seen has drawn a bit of Trump's ire recently.
Ron is a person I've always had a decent relationship with him, but when I endorsed him, he was gone. He was not going to be able to even be a factor in the race. And as soon as I endorsed him, within moments, the race was over. I got him the nomination. He didn't get it, I got it, because the minute I made that endorsement, he got it. Then he ran, and he wasn't supposed to be able to win. I did 2 rallies. We had 52,000 people each one, and he won. And I thought that he could have been more gracious, but that's up to him.
So by more gracious, I guess he means doesn't give Trump enough credit for that. But, at the beginning, he definitely was more of a Trump loyalist. You know, his ad for governor, if y'all remember, was, "I am so pro-Trump that I'm teaching my son to be pro-Trump." It was very strange and the most significant lick booting you could possibly imagine. But Trump is really, really annoyed at Ron DeSantis because, number one, he doesn't like anyone challenging him. And number two, DeSantis has now, in the pursuit of building his own brand and getting ready for his own presidential run, strayed away a little from constantly being a Trump guy and criticized Trump in some minor ways. And that does not fly in Trump world at all. So there it is, Trump doing his normal shenanigans in an interview, but then more significantly, more importantly, telling us that next Tuesday he will likely be announcing his run for president once again. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before any of the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get access to an extra full show every Saturday that only members can see, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley, and there is a link in the description.